असोत की दुख लागता लोकांक आयकूंक. And unfortunate things are happening here. Martin Luther King, he's my favorite, person that I always talk about him. Civil rights freedom fighter. And his famous question to the blacks was, how long are we blacks in America going to suffer? How long, he says. In his famous freedom speech, I have a dream, on August 23rd, 1963, at Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. He was shot dead. I was just talking to you. People don't like people who speak. How long are we going to be ruled by outsiders with their high commands outside Goa? जायनारे तुमचे घर तुमचे लागीं चलोवंक, खंयची किर्यात हाडून तुमचे घर तुमी ताच्या हातान दिले, तुमचो मान आनी आबरू खंय गेलो रे? जाणार आनी इंटेलिजंट पीपल आख्खो संवसार बरे आमी भोंवन आयल्या. सगळीं कामां कोत्ता. Look at the Goans, successful everywhere except in their own land. We have failed because we refuse to open our eyes and look ourselves in the mirror. That is what is wrong with us. Let's learn from history. Now that, that it will help us to understand where we Goans are going. This is something nice. After the opinion poll, pay attention to this. There were 3 personalities in Goa that played important role in Goa. Jack Sequeira, Dayanand Bandorkar, and Mr. Loyola Furtado from South Goa. How many people know him or heard about him? How many people? Handful. Yes, thank you. What happened? The Hindu community, Hamji, they go and vote always for their own leaders. No doubt about it. Blindly. To kite nako holoy to jam. Amcho to. Mar tachi. पण आमकां तुका देवान गिन्यान दिला मरे. For heaven's sake, use that intelligence and see what they are doing to you. Re. He may be your caste and religion. But what is he doing to you? Alright. The Hindu community remained loyal to their Hindu leader Bandorkar. And a Christian, loyalist Hindus and Muslims, तांची वोटां split जालीं. Between Jack Sequeira's hand, Loyola Furtado's rising sun. Ugda आसा तुमकां? Our votes were split. Dayanand Bandorkar won. The man who was wanting to put Goa into Maharashtra formed the first government in Goa. Learn from history. What happened? As you know what happened thereafter. Jack Sequeira had 12 and other people, Bandorkar had 18. Something happened. And 9 of them revolted against Bandorkar and they told Jack Sequeira, we will support you from outside, you from the government. Jack Sequeira hullo. Apa, aiko ta ere saigo. Fullo to rightfully he needed to be the CM of Goa. He is ready to tell the governor, I have the support, I am forming the government. Something happened. Greed and avarice destroyed Jack Sequeira. This is a correct saying, power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. एक जण मनीस आले जॅक सिक्वेराचे, खामे ते युनायटेड गोवन पार्टीचे, ऑल्लान सिक्वेर लोबो, Aldana constituency जिखतालो, Elu Miranda, I don't know from which constituency. Benali, thank you sir. And Tony Fernandez, I don't know from where. 3 of these stalwarts called Jack Sequeira dictator and withdrew support from Jack Sequeira. And Jack Sequeira cried. Ye ami Krista. Ye ami khame. किते म्हण केले रे तुम्ही कित्याक रे तू जुदासा भाशेन 30 pieces of silver तुम्ही गोल्डन ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी तुका मेळ्ळी गोंया तुमच्या हातान आयिल्ले मरे 3 लाख तांकां एकाक दिले बांदोरकारान आणि तुम्ही तुमचो आत्मा विकलो मरे ताका. Learn from history. Alright, BK पडला. Okay, I'm going to quickly finish this. What do you say to a society whose top leaders are biggest crooks? What do you do in a system where almost anyone with power is corrupt? Goa has suffered enough. This has to stop. We have to clean the system. Yeah, this already I've told you. Quickly, I'm going to end this up. Now, this is what is happening. How many of us can stop this from happening? तुमची आमची कोम्युनिटीचे लँड आमकडे खोपटी बांधली ताका लीगल केले म्हणटच आमी घरां कित्याक बांदता रे बाबा? कोस्टांचे आमी पळय पयशे गांठीक मारल्यात ते आमी बरे भाशेन लिसेस काडून घरां बांदता. पूण ताका मरे गव्हर्नमेंट तांकां दिता वता मेवंटाची. रामनगर इन पोरवोरी, एकता नगर इन म्हापसा, मोंतीदोगोर, मारगांव and Zuari Nagar in Vasco. How long is this going to happen? How long illegal shanties and huts to be legalized by the government? What do you want to turn Goa into slums of Bombay? You all want to, this is the government you all are voting for? Slums? They will be sitting by the roadside and you will be holding your noses and walking. You want this government in Goa? विचारात रे तस्कनान हात घालून बरी पद्धतीची चौकशी करात रे की दादा त्या फुडे हा एपे किरकिरे चिंता जाता किते गोरया गाणून के हे गोया विकिया कोणाक विकिया कोहले पूण मांडण्यो. Okay, this is, I'm not going to talk about this, but there आमच्या फ्लोरियन बाबान प्रेस रिलीज केला आणि ताका विचारला नाही पळय गव्हर्नमेंट हे इलिगल शँटीज ज्यो लिगल करून पळय कोत्तात ते ऑर्डिनन्स ताणी हाडला. That kind of ordinance cannot be passed. It can be passed only in the case of earthquake, tsunamis and natural disasters when the government cannot meet and come to a decision. So they pass ordinances like this to legalize things. Ya government khunay hath reyo national emergencies. Is this a national emergency? Vitan nan mare tumi. Khunay paale re tumi. When are you guys going to get up? All right. I'm going to go quickly and finish it off. This is all GS convention. I mean, सगळे तुका सांगून गेल्ले. In fact, I was wanting to read it, but due to time constraint, I'm not going to do this. Florian also has been fighting. Calcutta एक company आयली. Goa is a water-starved state. Florian shut up the meeting at Siddharth de Goa. In 2 minutes, that meeting was cancelled and everybody ran away from the press. And everybody who was present, do you think they printed that particular thing that Florian did in the newspapers? Total silence. Don't give him publicity. Otherwise, you would have been drinking water from the bottles. And why was the Goa state considered as water-starved? Mean by katta, worldly crater mallat dongrani, pisulle, 100 horsepower ache, 1,000 pumps are pumping water. You know, when you go deep in the ground, that is the groundwater that comes in your well. Baya suklyo, kityak lagun re baba. Mean angwala, mean kattat petaka lagun. Te udok pump kotat mandavi dorian. Tuje bait na udok, tu leitanin. Udok alne baile Calcutta che, bottle business, Congress. Meharani was the chief minister that time. Okay? So within 2 minutes, Florian stopped this. He has been fighting a lot of pills. Goa Su-Raj have been active. तुम्ही सांगतात न्हिदला न्हिदेन गोरमेला म्हण नो. And this Calypso, hotel boy ha, Kalangut Nakabaga, they had come to Florian, they are from Delhi. They asked Florian, and I can publicly tell you, they said to Florian, withdraw your pill against us and name your price. Any amount, we are prepared to give it to you. Florian said, go home. And that Calypso has been demolished. And there are many things like that, but I will not go into details. I want to finish this. Florian Lobo of Goa Su-Raj party. You know him, and I am his younger brother. 8 years, I can call him my son anyway. And this is all that is being discussed in the press. So I'll just quickly go ahead. You can read his things on the Goa Su-Raj thing. And he says, we believe in something good. Now, that is a Kolkata-based company I was talking about, but not bother. And the person who was chairing that particular meeting at Siddharth de Goa was Kiran Ninga. She was the chief secretary to the government of Goa. They had brought this company from Calcutta to sell water to Goa. Okay? So within 2 minutes, Florian wound up the whole thing. In the year something, I'm going to take 3 minutes, I'm going to finish. In the year 2007, I and Florian walked every house in Aldana, Pongurpa, wherever, Khorzwe, Karona, whole of Aldana. He was contesting on Goa Su-Raj party. And so, Dayanan Narvekar opposed Kuttalo. Narvekar, as you know, is Congress candidate. Can you believe this? I have never been insulted like this in my life. 3 days to the election in 2007, we went to a very good, decent, duple bungalow, landscape garden, three cars parked in the garage. Krista Mamzo. Yere Papa Florian, Amigele. Cha piye. Florian says no time. This is my brother Eli Lobo. Come sit. No. We gave him Indian. Be ready to be shocked. You know what he said? Kaal Narvekar aillo. Amcha karan 4 वोट आहात. Amka 4 वजात दिल्यात वोट घाल म्हूण. Florian said, very good. Florian Bab, tu boro monis re. You should be in the government. We need somebody like you. But do you know what? If you can give more than what Narvekar has given, we'll surely vote for you. Ole Bamte, and त्या वयल्यान तुम्ही जाणत, हांव म्हणटा घे रेकॉर्ड पडूले ते पयशे, लुस्तुरा सांगचे ते पयशे, पूण वत पूण ताका दियात रे. ओतमोय विकलो रे ते पयशांचे लागून. Like yesterday's paper said, for 500 and 1,000 rupees, you all have picked up idiots who are the PWD ministers. If Goa is going underwater, you deserve it because you picked up the wrong people for 500 and 1,000 rupees. So wake up. Many things are going to happen. When the road should be elevated, when the water should be allowed to go. No, galo tantun mati gali and banlo podam pad goram bulli. Bullin mara ranat yawaga maka yan khaga. All right, I'm going to wind up here. Forget about all this. I'm going to. All right, this is all I wanted. I'm going to end up here like this. आमी सगळे गोंयकार आमी संवसार गाजयता पूण गोंय येतोच एकदम फसता गोंयकार आमी जाणार गोंयकार आमी हुशार गोंयकार आमी ओर्राद गोंयकार आमी आलायते न्हय गोंयकार आमी ऑनेस्ट एंड ट्रस्टवर्दी गोंयकार आमी मोयपाशी गोंयकारांक हा रीत एंड रोईस गोंयकारांक हा कल्चर लोकांचे बरेपण समजीपण तर इतले सगळे आसून स्वताचें घर हें आमचें भांगाराचें गोंया ताचे राजकारभार चलोवंक आमी भायले खणीचे मुजगू भाड्याचे मानाय दिल्लीचे फोटींग चोर आनी भायले भिंगटाकारांचे शर्मा कित्याक आयकता रे म्हज्या भावा कित्याक रे वाय ओके गोंयकार म्हज्या भाव भयणीनो तुमकां एक विचार कोत्ता तर ह्या आमच्या भांगाराच्या गोंयांत तुमकां एकूय मनीस ओर्रात गोंयकार जो आपलो जीव पुरयान घेवन पासून दिवंक तयार आसा तसलो मेवळो ना काय म्हणटा तुमकां तर असलो मनीस आसा आमच्या गोंयांत आनी तोच तो मनीस जाचे मुखामळ तुमी आतां पत्ते पळयतल्यात जाका कोणेच दुडू आनी पयशे दिवन विकतो घेवंक जावंक ना कित्याक हो मनीस खास आमचो गोंयचो नीस भाव एका उतराचो आनी कोणाचो लेंबडो खावपाचो न्हय जायत्या जाणांनी ताका हांस घालून कुल्लो काडून कोशिश केल्ली हा पूण ताची जीब पयशा पासून सुण्या भाशेन तोंडा भायर हुमकोवंक ना तर ह्याच मनशाक आमी आमचे भांगाराचें गोंयांत चलोवंक आनी ताचे गोवा स्वराज पार्टीचे कारभार आमच्या गोंयांत चलोवंक आमी ताका एक वन्स इन अ लायफ टायम म्हणटात तशी एक चान्स दिवया मे गॉड ब्लेस यू Long live Florian Lobo, Goa Su-Raj Party, General Secretary. This is the man. And I say this to you, for those people who are listening to me first time. I think Dr. Shelza has heard me before. This is my name. Other aliases are Eccentric Lobo, naturally I am from Moira. Electric Lobo, because you have seen the electricity in me. And they call me Eli Lobo, which is a girl's name. When I write emails, they respond, they say, thank you, madam. That is my number and that's my email and I've almost finished. This is my running horse, Florian Lobo. He says I don't care. He is the maverick horse who will run. Doesn't matter he has lost 2 legs, but he will run for you if you so give him a chance. But you need to sit with Florian and you need to run with him. Thank you for your attention. God bless you. You know what? I forgot to say this. Somebody said this to me before I started talking. He said me on this. He said, Eli Lobo, your speech should be long and your speech should be like a lady's dress. It should be long enough to cover the subject and short enough to evince enough interest. I hope you have got the short and the long in one go. Dev bare karu, Mogasani, God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like a 2 or 3. Can we have something like a 9 or 10 for him? Come on, let's hear a nice applause for Eli Lobo tonight. Our special speaker. It has absolutely evoked that great response. And I'd like to tell you, Stephen Covey is one of the management gurus of the world. He's written books. One of them is called 7 Habits of Highly Successful People. And one of that points says, start with the end in mind. It's not important how many speakers we have with fiery speeches. It's important for the end result. And the end result is that we need to have a revolution. We need to have a change. And you, my dear friends, are going to be that change, including me. So, as all good things come to an end, but it marks the beginning of a brand new one, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to felicitate and thank our dignitaries who have come in, and all of you, thank you very much for the valuable gift of your time. But in the meanwhile, we'd like to say a big thank you to our chief guest this evening. We'd like to call upon our president for the Goa Su-Raj Party, Matthias Shire Vaz, to please come up and give a memento, a token of our appreciation to Dr. Celso Pinto, our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am, for the lovely time that you've shared with us this evening and for the excerpts that you've shared. The ex-director of education for the government of Goa, Dr. Celso Pinto. And for this gentleman of reverve, he came in and touched our hearts. He made everything change in this auditorium by the speech that he exuded this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, our special speaker this evening, Eli Lobo. We'd like to have the General Secretary for Goa Su-Raj Party, Mr. Florian Lobo, to please give him a token of our appreciation. And for the worthiness that every one of us has shared, including the press, including our special delegates and dignitaries, VIP celebrities, bureaucrats, entrepreneurs, whichever fraternity you belong to, we'd like to thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And for that reason, we would like to invite Goa Su-Raj Party General Secretary, Mr. Florian Lobo, to come and please give us the vote of thanks.